Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on July 21st, 2024. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet. Welcome to the Daily Dew, giving you your space weather update as well earthquakes, volcanoes, and world weather. Always starting out here, looking at the last 48 hours of imagery on our sun. Pretty large plasma prominence, northern pole region of our sun, as well multiple sunspot groupings producing multiple solar flares. And a lot of them were Earth-facing. We've got a few CMEs on the way. Having a look here at the last 48 hours, cresting into view. Lots of plasma prominence there. And only one sunspot region turning in, and this is where the sunspot groupings are departing, not before firing a multiple C-class and M-class solar flares. Highly active outgoing there. Having a look at multi-spectrum, pointing out the last 48 hours of events. Pretty large plasma filament in the northern hemisphere, and just recently, the last few images, small C-class solar flare, and departing coronal hole, no new coronal holes developing. Just some amazing images here with Solar Dynamics Observatory, mixed with daily events worldwide, and thank you all so much for watching and tuning in tonight. Having a look at 171 angstroms here. Right now, we have 9 sunspots that are Earth-facing, and there are the sunspot regions. Having a look here at the sunspot regions in motion. Big sunspot grouping Earth-facing right now. And as well as some pretty organized sunspots in the southern hemisphere. Current space weather conditions, we are under R1, minor radio blackout impacts, weak or minor degradation of high-frequency radio communication on sunlit side. Solar winds are coming in at 308 kilometers per second, which is slightly above average. Average is 250 to 300. Solar X-ray flux, as I said, we've seen multiple M-class solar flares, all minor. One strong one yesterday. Solar proton flux remains low. Geomagnetic activity hopped up to a KP2 overnight. Having a look here at the Space Weather Prediction Center, showing their space weather spiral, as we did have those CMEs Earth-facing and coming towards us. Impact started yesterday, the 20th, into the 21st. Nothing major. Increased solar winds and solar X-ray flux. Closer look there at the interesting CME wave impacting Earth today. ISWA Space Prediction Spiral here, showing most recent CME taking off in the outgoing position. That was from the most recent M-class solar flare. Little yellow circle there on the right-hand side of this spiral is our planet Earth. Having a look at LASCO 3, looking at the last 4 days of energy, cosmic energies leaving our sun. No major CMEs, minor CMEs on their way. And then watching the last frame here into the 21st, Halo CME. Looks like it was from a backside event. Have a closer look here at our sun the last 4 days. And again, thank you so much for pressing play and staying aware and prepared with daily events worldwide. Appreciate you all being a part of this amazing family. Slow down the motion here and showing Halo CME, as I said, from the backside most likely. Now let's have a look at our sunspot number progression as we went well above the predicted values. 164 sunspots, 171 sunspots in May. And this is Solar Cycle 25. We are here. Now let's get to earthquakes the last 24 hours, as we did have a pretty sizable earthquake here strike Guatemala. San Pedro Pinula, Guatemala, 6.2 magnitude earthquake at a 262 kilometer depth. That's a pretty deep earthquake for the region. Multiple volcanoes active through Guatemala. Dominican Republic with a 3.9 today. Notable earthquake here as well. California 3.5 right towards Los Angeles, right off the coast. As well, notable activity at Dollar Point, California. Let's have a look at USGS as they're reporting 256 earthquakes the last 24 hours, slightly above average. And let's have a look at the action here across the United States. California reporting about 86 earthquakes all across the state. Here's that notable earthquake off the coast of Los Angeles. As well, notable swarm here, 38 earthquakes at the geysers. And then looking here at Lake Tahoe, multiple earthquakes here, 33 minor earthquakes starting with a 3.4. And as well, notable activity south of Yellowstone, north and west, and minor seismicity at St. Helens, Rainier, and Baker. So pressure is still mounting across the Pacific Northwest. Heads up, because pressure is building here at Hawaii as well. Look at all these earthquakes from today. Sizable as well, 3.5 magnitude times 2. Heads up, Hawaii. 5.3 earthquake here. Akechi, Japan off the coast. Quiet through the Philippines, only reporting 4.5. 4.4 earthquake here of Vanuatu. And our deepest earthquake the last 24 hours, 504 kilometer depth, 4.4 Fiji. Another pretty rare earthquake here off the south coast of Australia, Northern Territory, 5.1 earthquake, 4.6 there, Blair, India, and as well a 4.4 Myanmar, 4.4 here, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and Greece with a 5.3 earthquake right in the middle of the Mediterranean. And really quiet South American plate, Central America, way too quiet. So heads up, my friends and family, I do believe we do still have some pretty large earthquakes on the doorstep here. Having a look at the last 7 days for shakers around the world, largest being the 7.4 earthquake that struck Chile just a couple days ago. Multiple aftershocks through the region. A notable 6.2 earthquake last night, Nicaragua. Quick glance here at the last 7 days. And again, if you're still watching, thank you so much for tuning in and wanting to be a part of all of this information shared. Please don't forget to leave a like, maybe share with your friends and family. If you're on social media, please find me, Mike Milks, and at Daily Events Worldwide. Way too quiet Central America, and things have quieted down along the West Coast, so heads up. Now let's have a look at our SO2 forecast, air quality, brought to you by our 48 active and erupting volcanoes around the world, and as well wildfires up in the north of Canada, Alberta, British Columbia, and Northwest Territories. Notable eruptions through Guatemala and northward up into Mexico. And as well, that wildfire smoke now dipping across Ontario. Hazy skies have filled parts of Ontario now. Having a look at the rest of the world, sizable SO2 eruptions at Kamchatka, and as well Japan, Eastern Russia and Japan, and as well notable activity Papua New Guinea and New Caledonia. Look at these plumes that came from Vanuatu, Aoba volcano, and as well another one. But look at that in the middle, just east of Fiji, submarine volcano releasing some SO2 there. Looking across the rest of the world, Africa, South America, continual eruption at Mount Etna and Stromboli this week. Keeping things nasty up there. Now let's have a look at our world weather forecast, starting in Europe, as things are drying out this week. No major systems affecting you. Central Africa, watch for daily evaporation rains No major hurricanes developing in this long-range forecast. Overlooking North America, low-pressure system affecting eastern Canada and Newfoundland. Watch for stormy conditions all week long. Daily evaporation rains. It's been so hot and humid, we can expect daily storms. And some big storms developing for northern Alberta and Saskatchewan will be sweeping eastward in this long-range forecast. Overlooking Southeast Asia, watch for two typhoons here, minor typhoons, one of them raking straight across Taiwan and heading into China by next Wednesday into Thursday, making landfall at China and then sweeping right across the coastline and up into North Korea. So, interesting developments, West Pacific with a couple new typhoons. And then overlooking Central Indian Ocean. No major cyclones developing here. Overlooking Australia and New Zealand. New Zealand has a low-pressure system north and south of you. Windy and wet conditions will prevail for the next 2 days, but then high-pressure ridge builds in. Multiple low-pressure systems affecting southern areas of Australia this week. And again, no major hurricanes here across the Atlantic. It was an interesting start to the hurricane season. Should be an interesting finish as well. Much love, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your daily due. Bye-bye now. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.